Hi, my name is Lindsay Pageau. I work for Cornell Cooperative Extension's Harvest New York team as an agricultural business development and marketing specialist. I also own Adirondack View Vineyard and Lavender located in Keysville, New York. This presentation is called Bringing an International Agritourism Experience Home to Your Agritourism Community. The focus in this presentation is how I came about determining what products I was going to grow on the farm, what activities I was going to be offering, and additional value-added products I was going to planning on developing on the farm. History about myself is over the years I've done a lot of traveling. I studied abroad in England for a semester, which brought the passion for travel and experiences different cultures and environments. And so that's led to me to traveling all the way to Mexico, to Australia. I've traveled all over Europe, and those travel experiences have brought light of different agricultural activities that are being offered in other parts of the world. At Adirondack View Vineyard and Lavender, it's located in Keysville, New York, right in the Adirondack Mountains. We're about an hour and a half from downtown Montreal, 45 minutes from Lake Placid, about 2 hours from Albany. So we're on a great location, and we have people come from all over those different cities to our farm. So currently on the farm, we're growing lavender, grapes, sunflowers. Over the years, we've grown zinnias, pumpkins, blueberries, black raspberries, but our main focus is lavender and you pick. In our farm shop, we have a variety of different products. All the products are made on the farm by myself, Lindsay, my mother, Dana, or my father, Ken. And these products are either like lavender value-added products like candles, body butters, lip balms. My mom makes a lot of quilted items, and my father makes different woodworking items to sell at the farm shop. We hold a variety of events on the property. We do a kids' day called Fairies in the Lavender. We do yoga in the lavender. We do workshops on lavender wreath making, broom making. Over the years, we've had an event space. It's a 20 by 40 tent where we can hold like bridal showers, baby showers, retirement parties. We don't do those anymore. Our plans and the operation have changed a little bit, but we do a variety of different events. We've been able to slowly expand, as I mentioned, into different workshops. And one of the things about this operation was always considering our short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. In determining what we were going to grow on the property, originally we started out with grapes. My parents are master gardeners. They became very interested in planting grapes and producing homemade wine. So originally my thought was I want to create a winery down the road. That's not the direction that we ended up taking. We still have the grapes, but I wanted to bring something unique to the area, a unique crop that many people don't have that much experience with, and something that my neighbors weren't doing. And as you can see, we have a view. We have beautiful views of the Adirondack Mountains, and we just have our properties always over the years been kept up with the landscaping. So those three things, the diversity in crop, having a beautiful location, and just keeping that property up to date, those were three main components for me to determine where I was going to go with this operation. I originally went up to Quebec to Blue Lavender, which is the second largest lavender planting in North America, and I saw that what they were doing for their operation. I knew I didn't want to go that large of a scale at 50 acres of lavender and a huge, beautiful building to be selling my products out of. I wanted to go small, especially over the years in my area, a lot of people have built houses and built structures. I wanted my farm to be very ability to change over time. So I decided I wanted to create like a little farm store. So I got one of these cute little Amish sheds, and I knew whatever product I was going to produce, I wanted to create farm-based products on those, and I wanted to have a diverse bunch of products. So it wasn't just like when I decided I was going to do lavender, I didn't want to just do lavender. I wanted to be able to offer some unique things that my mom produces and my father produces in the farm shop. The other thing I knew I wanted to offer was collaboration with other business owners within the area. So this slide shows some of the collaboration that I've done with photographers in the area. So people will come in and do night photos. They have to have special permission for me just to be able to come onto my property, but I wanted to be able to offer that to people that have those type of businesses. Also, we have people that come in and do photo sessions with families. I collaborate too with a person that comes in and wants to do yoga and lavender, and then all of our wreath making, broom making workshops. I have an instructor who is looking for a space to do those different events on it, so they come in and run those different workshops. So I really wanted the farm to be very community oriented, of people being able to do things onto the property and offering different activities. I really thought about, was I mentioned before, is I wanted to find unique agritourism experience to bring back to my area that nobody else was offering in the area. I really wanted it to be affordable to the community. I didn't just want it to be for people who have lots of disposable income. I wanted it to be very open. So we have products in our farm shop that run from $1 up to $150. Our U-Pick is $6 for a very nice large lavender bouquet. And the other things I always think about when I'm offering an experience is like the 4 P's of marketing. So price, product, promotion, and place, and how that's going to fit into my local community. Unique agritourism experience to bring back to your area. So what you're currently growing or what your future crop might be. So as I mentioned before, grapes was what my family was currently producing. It wasn't going to be something that I decided to move forward with, like starting a winery, but we offer U-Pick grapes. And then I thought, something unique to be added on to would be lavender. I've had people say, are you trying to create like a little part of France here? We're not, but it's nice that people think about that when they see the grapes and they see the lavender. It makes people think of like Provence. Another thing to think about was the time commitment and the lifestyle, like what do you want to be producing, and do you have time for it? And I always like to think about flowers, an annual perennial, livestock, vegetables. All of them are different time commitments and require a different lifestyle. Make sure you look at many different farm operations. That's what I did to kind of determine like what I wanted to produce. I roped my travel experience into creating an agritourism experience, which is probably different than some people. But I always think that even if there's travel experiences, the next 2 counties over from where you're living, that's still you find an agritourism thing that's not off in the area, or bring you back to the area, that's still bringing in like a travel experience that you had really enjoyed. I had to do a lot of research, like growing conditions and the markets, in order to determine what I was going to be producing. And then I always like to mention to people, and this is where I come in from my business side, is always think of what your short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals are going to be for your business, which should be in your business plan. Or I was thinking about, I wanted to make sure that this was affordable to the community, but I also had to make sure that this was going to pay for itself. So putting in consideration what the startup costs, I always tell people start small, grow slowly over time, expand a little bit every single year. And I wrote back to what I mentioned before about making sure like it's affordable for the local community. I think during COVID time, we really saw like the impact in agritourism and having your local community come visit your operations when like tourists from outside in the area weren't able to do that type of travel at that point in time. I mentioned before, so price, making sure it's affordable for local community, but also looking at what other operations are able to sell their products for. Also thinking about what it takes to produce that product and pay for yourself. And we have a couple other webinars that are related to these 4 P's of marketing and product, farm products that are produced on the farm. But I wanted to make sure there was a variety of products, so that's why I brought in my parents' products. Promotion, making sure that you're able to find the operation and what products are available. So making my farm, I promoted within social media, word of mouth, newspaper, and then what place you're going to be selling your product. So on our farm, all of our products are only available for purchase on the farm. With tying this all together at Adirondack View Vineyard and Lavender, I was able to create a unique lavender farm experience located in the Adirondack Mountains. We have a self-service farm stand with a variety of different products available. We offer You Pick Lavender for weekends, only on the weekends specifically. And we have a variety of different workshops now that are available. And then there's also, we offer self-service You Pick sunflowers, zinnias, and grapes throughout the season. That is really important to evaluate your operation. So that includes tracking your sales throughout the season. So our season is May to just the beginning of October. Make sure that you evaluate what crops to concentrate on and expand on, and then also your customer feedback. This will also lead you to determine if there are certain things that you should be adding or taking away from your agritourism operation. Like as I mentioned before, I evaluated my farm operation, so things that we don't offer anymore would be like weddings on the farm. If we offer any space for like a baby shower retirement party, it's going to be very limited just because we have a 20 by 40 tent and we have a lot of high winds. So I think it's really important to evaluate your operation and what's going to work and what's not. And it's okay to take things away. And maybe there's something else you can replace with it. And lessons learned, find something that's unique, that brings interest in sales to your area. I'll just give you a heads up, once you find something unique, people may want to copy that experience, and that's completely okay. I actually think any type of people copying or competition is a good thing. It helps you to make improvements in your farm operation too. So people want something to do when visiting the farm, which leads to increased sales in the farm store. And I think that's why in our farm operation, we offered the You Pick Lavender, and then we also added You Pick Sunflowers because we want people to continue to stay on the farm and purchase items, just not those 4 weekends that we offer You Pick Lavender. We want to have them come back and visit the operations throughout the entire growing season. Make sure the price points work for your local customers. I always tell people to follow similar operations on social media. That will give you some ideas of maybe some different activities or products that you can add to your farm. And then one of the things that we did was develop a strong friendship with similar operations in which to share information. So I'm friends with a number of lavender operations in New York State and across the United States. And those relationships have been really helpful to determine like what we're going to be offering on the farm. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is lep67@cornell.edu. Thank you very much.